Welcome to Blue Talks, where real talk meets real wealth. This is your go-to space for breaking financial barriers and building lasting wealth. Whether you're a business owner, a pensioner, an employee, or just starting your financial journey, we've got you covered with no gimmicks and no shortcuts. So if you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, this podcast isn't for you. But if you want real, practical financial insights to grow and sustain your wealth, you're in the right place.
Hi, this is the Blue Talks podcast, where real talk meets real wealth. Everything is designed to give you practical and real advice, knowledge, and wisdom on building lasting finances, which is all we want anyways. And this podcast is proudly sponsored by Stanbic IBTC. My name is Taiwo Dehinde Adedeji. You can call me TDA for the purposes of this podcast. And I'm so happy, I'm delighted. I'm so happy to be the host of the maiden edition of the Blue Talks podcast. You know how they say it now, if you want to go fast, go on your own. But if you want to go far, go together. And this is why I'm not doing this alone. I have the best, the brightest, the smartest, the wittiest minds in finance in all of Africa, I dare say the world. Allow me to introduce to you my guest for today.
Thank you so much, TD, for those amazing numbers, man. I'm impressed. I feel like carrying my shoulder up right now. Anyways, what's up, people? My name is Peter Babatunde. I'm an officer under the youth segment unit of Stanbic IBTC Bank. And what we do basically is to provide financial services for children and youth. So be it your development, financial support, I'm your guy, I'm a go-to guy. They call me by many names, but I think the one that sticks the most is Mr. Youth. So thank you, and I'm very happy to be here, to be chopping it up with you and the amazing ladies here with me.
Then to my father's left is the beautiful.
Hello.
Have you seen the beauty?
I've seen.
Come on.
You don't mean it.
My name is Joan Alalibo, and I work for Stanbic IBTC in customer experience. We ensure that our customers are satisfied and have all that they need to excel financially. I'm so excited to be here having this conversation.
The conversation today is all about money. We're talking a hustler's guide to financial freedom. And if you know anything, you know that almost all Nigerians are hustlers. Let me give you a side story. When I was doing NYSC, I had 5 side hustles. 5. Why? Because poverty sat me down and said, I'm going to show you shaggy. Aside NYSC, I was giving me, I think, 19,800 at the time. Couples are enjoying collecting 77K and whatnot.
Good time.
19,800 naira at the time. I was doing extra lessons for students that would pay me like 2,000 naira. So when the going was tough and you're waiting for that federal government salary, you just use that 2,000 naira to quickly guide. I was selling hair. I was exporting palm oil to the north. So I had a colleague or a fellow copper then who lived in Kaduna. So we would, all the trucks that bring pepper down south, we would talk to them and then send the palm oil down to the north. I also did events floor plan, even when I was serving for people. I just did so many things.
The number one hustler.
As in,
Number one.
You just give you your flowers right now.
Thank you. I'm going to be receiving my flowers. So the hustler we're talking about today are the people who have the entrepreneurial spirit, who do everything legitimate to make money. And so we're just going to be discussing about hustling and financial freedom. So that has two parts, the hustling part and the financial freedom. Joan, I'm going to be asking you, what is financial freedom to you? What does it look like in your own life?
Okay, financial freedom to me would be being able to afford my lifestyle, and to be able to meet all my needs without stress, without inconvenience, without debt as well, without stress or any debt. That would be financial freedom to me. But I would also say that financial freedom is relative, okay? Financial freedom to me is not the same to you know, the billionaires out there. But I think at the root of it all is being able to meet your needs and also afford your lifestyle without any stress or debt.
Without any stress or debt. I mean, I really like the fact that you need to meet your needs. You don't want to stress. You don't want to stress too much, and you don't want to encounter those people who will be posting your obituary when
No.
when you are owing them money. So, Peter, I want to ask you, what mistakes do you think what financial mistakes do you think hustlers make?
I think the first one would be not getting the right information, really. Yeah, because if you recall what happened a couple of weeks back, where we had a lot of people falling victim of the Ponzi scheme that happened recently, and it's quite sad because we know of quite a number of people who would have, made the right choice if at all they've gotten the right information from the very beginning. So I think it's key that you have the right information, right? Make a research before you dive into anything. First, research about it. Be sure that what you are going into is something favorable, that you're going to reap right amount of value from it, and then after that seek advice, ask the right question, and that might probably put you on the right path. And at the end of the day, by the time you make that decision, you'll be happy and be glad that you do. And I know that's one of the things that Stanbic IBTC experts usually offer to customers within the group. Yeah.
All right, I hear you very loud and clear, and I'm going to delve in on the information bit of things because, I mean, that's why we're here, isn't it? To give people the right information to make, to give people the right information to make ample financial decisions. Definitely. So speaking of information, we're not here to gatekeep, we're not here to hold back information or anything. So Joan, what do you think? Just give me like a couple of high profile side gigs that I can do today that can give me long lasting wealth.
Yeah, so in these financial times, we know that it's not convenient to have just one hustle.
It's not.
You're going to be in serious trouble if all you can do is one thing or you just have one job, right? So we're in a gig economy where people have multiple things that they're doing at the same time. So especially for us 9-to-5ers, there are a couple of things you can do by the side. You may not have the time to run a full-scale business, but it's a good thing there's a lot you can do with an iPhone and a laptop. You know, there's so much that can be done, whether it's from writing, coding, design, software, whatever it is, there's just so much out there. If you find yourself more inclined to tech, there are a ton of skills out there, cybersecurity and the like, so you can delve into that. If you want to do a business as well, it's also possible. But what I would advise is if you're starting anything, you have to start with minimal risk, okay? You don't go to the other end, the high risk, and then get burned so bad. Yeah, you want to start with minimal risk, simple things that would not hurt you too much, and then you can then scale up from there. So there's a ton of information out there on things that can be done from tech to businesses.
There's another angle that a lot of people seem to be forgetting. And these are the entrepreneurial skills that are out there. When we talk about tailoring, hair salon, people are cashing out big time.
Designers are changing the game these days.
Yeah.
That industry. I should be thinking about it too.
Tell me more.
It's not everyone that will end up with that coding, doing software development. There's other tons of things out there that people don't often pay much attention to that you can cash out big time. Just to sew what I'm wearing right now, you have no idea what my tailors believe me. I surprised.
You're a big boy now.
You know what? It's like I'll go and learn this tailoring thing. So that's just it for me, really. There's a lot that we can pay attention to and cash out big time from it, legitimately.
And I really like what you said. We can pay attention to and cash out on it. So let's assume that I'm a content creator now. Every Saturday I go to weddings. Before you know it, the content is already on my page, everything and all that. My question would be that, how do I, and I'm a 9-to-5er just like everybody else is. I'm a business analyst at Stanbic IBTC Bank, just in case.
Not them.
I'm a 9-to-5er just like everyone else is. How do you advise that I manage my time? Because let's see, I have 9 to 5, which starts from maybe like 5:30. If we're being honest, I have to catch the star bus.
In
Lagos, actually. In Lagos. I have to be at my bus stop at 5:30 a.m. every single day. I get home like 8 o'clock. You're telling me, oh, there's this side gig, there's this side. And yes, I hear you. I'm now a videographer. I take content, I do content at weddings. How do you suggest that I manage my time because I don't want to burn out and I don't want to lose my primary source of income.
Okay, that's interesting. So I would say that planning is key. You know, planning is very, very key. You have to be able to block out time for what is important to you. If the side hustle is important, you have to find a way to fix it into your day. I also recommend, you know, like if you have more than one hustle, bulk work is important. If you create content, bulk content creation can work for you. You choose one weekend, one Saturday where you create, another Saturday where you edit. So I believe it's with planning every hour counts. It's possible to make it work.
Yeah.
In this Lagos.
Yes, it's very possible.
I hear you. I hear
really?
you.
You know, Lagos is the city for hustlers. If you're a hustler in Nigeria, Lagos is the place.
Please,
Trust
no
me.
shade to other
No
cities.
shade.
We are
No.
begging.
No shade.
No, hands down.
We are begging you. No
Honestly,
shades to other.
I really align with what Joan just said now, because you really need to make use of the time that you have judiciously, so that you're able to achieve quite a number of things
Yeah,
all
time
at the
is
same
money.
time. It's money, really. You can't afford to be complacent, and having the right time management skills is key. Have your to-do list, prioritize. So you want to do a whole lot of things all at the same time, nah. You might end up not being able to do
anything at
exactly.
all.
So I think having, just to align with what she said, having the right time management skills, prioritizing your task on a daily basis, have your to-do list. How many of us still keep journals here?
I do actually.
Are you
I
sure?
do. I
Well,
have a physical
digitally
journal.
on our phones.
Yeah,
have a physical
we're in the
journal.
digital world, right? So I can understand, but no shade to the Gen Z, but I think you still really have to
This
keep
Gen
journals.
Z slander, but go on.
Well, we just have to say it sometimes, but I just really felt like, there are certain things that we really need to be bringing back to the table.
True.
Having your to-do list, your journal
Documenting
notes, telling you what you need to really cross off your list on daily basis.
Exactly.
It helps you to manage
I mean, the
yourself.
productivity you get when you cross off something
Yeah.
that you are done with, I mean, it's fantastic. And so just to add to what two of you have said, it would be to have a side hustle that doesn't clash with what your organization does. You want to be very wary of conflict of interest. You don't want to be doing the same thing that your organization does, just from an integrity point of view. You don't want to be that person who is doing the same thing your company is doing. So yes, I have some questions here. Who do I send them to? Mini, mani, mo.
Maybe ladies first.
I'll go with you.
I'm throwing you. That's
Nice
a setup,
one.
but bring it on. I'm ready.
Okay, so this person says, I'm in a fix.
Okay.
My name is Stanley and I'm a 26-year-old software developer. I was out of a job for 9 months and I saw small shaggy. Stanley, sorry.
Sorry.
I depleted my savings while trying to survive. You know how the economy is. Yeah. To cut the long story short, I ran into debt. Thankfully, I got a job 2 months ago and I'm somewhat stabilizing. I'm trying to stack up my savings, but I'm still in debt. Should I pay off my debt completely or save just in case?
Well, that's an interesting one. Stanley, wherever you are, trust me, you are not alone. And my heart goes out to you. Well, I'm also happy that you secured a new job now. And that story is actually very relatable, really, when you look at what's going on around. There's this misconception about when you hear debt, right? People feel like, when you borrow funds, is already an attribute to disaster, something like that, right? And I think there's a way that debt, right, which is borrowing funds, can actually transform your life, whereby you're able to attain that wealth that you really want.
Can I ask you, Peter, have you been in debt before?
For real.
That's really true.
So actually, if you check our portfolio, everybody have one or two things he or she is servicing, including myself, of course.
I agree.
Yeah,
I do.
So I can really relate to Stanley's story. And Stanley, I'll tell you for free to say that, trust me, the decision you made is not a wrong one. Because I believe maybe at that time when he loses his employment, he definitely needs some funds to get back on track.
Man has to survive now.
Exactly. And what I will say now, first thing you need to look at is the cost of funds, that is the money you borrowed. What is the cost of funds? When I say cost of funds, basically I mean the interest you are paying on that loan. And as well as what opportunities is available for you to make use of the money you have right now to invest into. So say, for example, you are paying certain percentage on the loan that you have taken on a monthly basis, okay? Now, the question would be that what is the percentage of that compared to other available investment opportunity that you can use that money you have now to invest into, earn more interest, and use that return on investment to clear off the debt that you currently have. So if you can do that calculation, all right, and the value that you get from investing that same fund into another investment, if it's far higher than the amount you are paying now on your current debt, trust me, what our advice is for you to use that money, invest it into a risk-free, safe investment that will give you a higher return. But if you are looking at another kind of investment, which return on investment will not be as high as what you currently are paying off on your loan right now, then trust me, clearing up that debt will be the way to go. So that would be it from me. I don't know if John is an expert from wealth, so I guess maybe she might have one or two
the thing with loans is that sometimes if you wait too long, it grows more interest.
Yeah.
Right? So he may want to invest, but then there's also the chance of increasing basic like this. So
I agree.
in that case, what does he do, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I would say that for, I know it's important to save and also you want to clear the debt, right? Both can begin to run simultaneously, such that you split the income. Say 100% of whatever you're earning, you're trying to use 20 to 30% to clear off debt. You can split that in two. 15 to start clearing your debt, and then the other 15 to savings. Because the thing with savings is the habit that counts.
Yeah,
you know, starting it
compounding.
early. It doesn't have to be too big. It can be your
Yeah.
1,000, your 500, but you're building the habit. So while you're putting something little away, you can start clearing off, so you don't incur interest on whatever, you know, loan you may have.
I agree.
Yeah.
So that's just what I was trying to say earlier, to say that you need to really check, you know, the cost of funds on that debt right now to see that if clearing would be a better option as against to investing that same funds into an alternative source of investment that might maybe either have a lower funds and then you end up being on the losing side. But so I think that's just it for me, really.
Yeah, I think so. And I just really hope that for Stanley, I hope it's not those loan companies
Yeah,
that
it's
will be
true.
posting things that you don't want your
Goodness.
family members to see. If it's those people, please try and
them
pay
their
them.
money.
Honestly, if you guys recall, there was this
money.
picture that was circulating on social media one time where we have two photos, one at the top, the other one at the bottom, where they'll say, okay, there's a caption there that's captured. This is how they dress when you want to take a facility or you want to take a loan. You see them in suit and tie. But this is the other way they dress when you want to collect the money back. You see cutlass, you see bigger, you see everything. Stanley, check well. I hope it's not a loan shark.
Cutlass here, okay.
We don't do that. We don't do that in Stanbic IBTC Bank. Just to mention. So, my second question, I will go to you.
Okay.
This person says, "I'm excited." Okay. Maybe I should take that excitement again. I'm excited.
Oh, nice.
We're happy for you. It says, "I'm a copper serving in a Big Four. Yes, it's stressful, but the pay is good." Okay. I live with my parents, so I don't have to worry about rent or food. I also have a driver that drops me off at work every single day. That's good, though.
Nice.
Wow.
The good life.
Soft life.
Baby girl.
Well, actually, that person is actually balling. She's balling.
So moving on, it says, "I heard the best time to invest is now. And there's so many investments around these days, I'm confused. What's the best investment options for a first-time investor like me?"
Interesting.
All right.
Wealth
So
analyst.
that person is in a very good place, you know, very good place to start investing. So I would say, again, diversification of portfolio is very important. I'll explain. You can divide your income or your assets, whatever they may be. Some are going into safe, secure instruments or investment opportunities, while you can begin to take risks. Because while we're trying to be sure not to, lose all we have in the name of investing, we're young, so this is the time to start
actually
taking
take
risk, right? So I would
agree.
recommend you divide whatever you want to invest in two places. You can have some in secure investments. We have things like mutual funds. Here at Stanbic IBTC, we do offer secure investments in mutual funds. And then you can now begin to explore, stocks and the other type of investments where you take more risk. So you can do 50-50, 70-30, but ensure that you do have a safety net, which is your
true.
safe investment. You can do that. that division is a good option.
Yeah, I don't know. I might just ask to add to what Joan just said now. There is this conversation that happened about 2 weeks ago on social media where the anchor was saying something around people sometimes, because they want to diversify into other alternative source of investment, and they sort of forget their primary source of income. So for this person that has this question, I would say, in addition to what Joan said, wherever you are, see ensure that while you are, exploring other investment opportunity, right? You still, maintain and you maintain your focus, okay, and strategize better on your existing primary source of income as well, because that's where the money is actually coming from. Before you can be able to, invest in other this. So I would just say you should be disciplined, basically. I think that's it for me.
Discipline is very important. But then we're seeming to forget the fact that this person is coming from a place of privilege. So let's flip the tables a little bit. I'm the firstborn. I have 3 siblings in the university. I have friends that are getting married almost every weekend. If it's not Lagos today, it's Ibadan tomorrow, it's Abuja next tomorrow. And now you have to come correct. So how is somebody like that, who is currently navigating serious black tax, supposed to invest?
Black tax is heavy in this in this part of the world. We do have all those obligations, and it's important that they are met. But I also would say we need to have financial boundaries. We talk about boundaries in relationships, in every other area. We also need to have financial boundaries, things that protect your assets and what you earn. So while you want to show up for all of your friends, you don't have to buy every Asoebi.
No, you don't?
Yeah, I do know someone, yes, in real life, she never buys Asoebi.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she has great friendships. She's loyal to her relationships, but she explains to them that, listen, right now, I can't do this. I can't afford this. She will show up for you. She'll be there, but it's an excess she cannot really afford at the time. So we need to be able to say, I'm sorry, I can't afford that right now. You have to be able to say that if you can't, especially if you have siblings in school, you have a lot to deal with. You have to be able to create financial boundaries. It's very important. If you say, I'm putting this 10% away to save, if it's not an emergency, if it's not I would say if it's not life or death, there's no reason why you should break it. There's no reason why. You need to have the boundary and say, no, I can't afford this right now. So I think that having financial boundaries will really help. Also with helping family and black tax and the likes, we also don't want to encourage entitlement. You also have to place a boundary around that as well, for yourself, for your good, and for them. Because we see cases where people help their loved ones to the point where they can't help themselves anymore.
Very true.
We have a lot of stories like that where you help and you pay all their fees, and by the time they're out, they don't even want to get a job because they don't understand.
There's a big sister somewhere.
So you want to create boundaries. It's very, very important. If you're saving this amount every month, come rain or shine, save it, sis. Invest it, sis.
Invest it. And I'm just going to add briefly to what Joan said. Automate your investment. That is a game changer.
That one.
Don't spend until you've saved, and allow the financial institutions, allow Stanbic IBTC automate your investments for you.
Yeah, we call it paying yourself first.
Yes.
So that money you're putting out for your investment, that's you paying yourself for all the hard work.
Exactly.
You put in. Yeah.
Just pay yourself first. You're the one doing the work. You should reap the benefits.
Of course.
So everything we've said here has sort of resembled a financial plan. But how do we I need tips on how to effectively build a financial plan. So there's someone out there who doesn't even know what a financial plan is. How do I advise the person to build a financial plan?
Peter? That's a very important aspect of the discussion we're having so far, really. And I think for me, the first point would be that you have to be intentional about it. If you know you want to create wealth, you need to start, imbibing that habit into yourself on a daily basis. Starting from your expenses, you don't buy things that you don't need, right? You only buy things when you know it's necessary. So before you start dwelling on luxurious goods, you need to also check, do I really need this item before getting it? So I think, to me, the first point would be that you have to be intentional about it, that you want to create a wealth. So whatever your expenses, your income, be intentional about how you apportion, different percentages to different things that you want to do. And there's this rule I learned quite early in life where we have this common saying. I don't know if you guys have heard it before, but trust me, This is a premium. I'm giving you guys a premium tip here.
Bring it on.
Premium tip. Premium
Bring
tip.
the tea.
All right, so we call it the 70-10-10-10 rule.
Oh.
The 70-10-10-10 rule. All right, and I'll just break it down. I'll break it down. Drum rolls, please. Drum rolls. All right, so now the 70 simply says that, you know what? Don't spend more than 70% of your income. That's what it means. Of course, the rule is relatable. So meaning you can just, get the information and see how you can bring it down to your own level based on your income. But that's what the wise man says. Don't spend more than 70% of your source of your income, basically. Now, the next 10% should go into what we call passive income. Passive income simply means other investment opportunities out there that you put money into that generate income for you, that you don't necessarily need to be actively involved into, such as where we have the mutual funds, we have your savings account, you have bonds, stocks, and the likes. So that will give you passive income. That's the 10%. Now the next 10% is saying put 10% of your income into an active income. Active income generating business, basically. What that means is you invest 10% of your income into another business that you are involved actively, or perhaps maybe you subcontract it to someone overseeing the affairs for you and is generating an active income for you. Such as, so you are working, you are a 95 and then you are selling shoes on the side, or you're selling air, or you have a plug for clothes and stuff like that. So that will generate active income for you. Then the last 10% is saying, guess what the last 10% is actually?
Yeah, tell me now.
All right. It's one very crucial part that a lot of people often neglect. And the last 10% is saying that, you know what? Create 10% for charity. Yes. Because givers never lack. Really.
Oh, yes.
That law works like magic. A lot of people don't know. When you invest in other people's life, there's a way the money comes back to you in tenfold. And I think it's key. So I know quite a number of people have a different way they do that, but I think it's very important that you also put it as part of your plan to say, you know what, as I'm collecting my salary on a monthly basis, I want to have 10% to support a charity cause. It may be true, maybe you're sponsoring an event, you're supporting someone, or quite a number of ways you can actually get it done, but ensure that at least 10% go into charity, and then watch your money grow like grass. So that's it for me.
My
right?
money grows like grass.
Joan is a financial expert. Perhaps she might have more to add.
Okay, yes, I'm just going to add that with building a realistic financial plan, it starts with your mind. Money is, before the money comes into your account, it starts from your mind. Money is emotional. Some people would say money is even spiritual, right? So you have to have the right money mindset.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much you're making if you're not keeping something for yourself. True. So what's important is not just how much you're making, but how much you're actually keeping for yourself. So it starts with the mind. We have to move from the expenditure mindset, the consumer mindset, to the investor mindset. Sometimes it's hard to see it like that when we're earning, something small. You feel like I'm not an investor. Right? But you have to change that mindset very early on. Yeah. When you're earning 10K, keep your 1,000 naira, keep your 500. You're building a habit that will help you long term. And also another thing is budgeting. Budgeting is not bad, though. I know that we want to keep up with the Joneses, but budgeting is giving yourself permission to spend purposefully. You're telling yourself this is going to this is going to that. It's very important that you're budgeting. He has given us an excellent formula to be able to do. There's one I learned when I was younger. Is where you divide it 30, 30, 30, and 10. Okay. It's so interesting because 10 also goes to charity. So it's really, really important.
Yeah, it is.
And then the other 30% covers your expenditure. The other 30 goes into your investments and your savings, and then the other 30 is for emergencies, things like recurring expenses like your rent that you pay at the end of the year. So whichever one works for you, you can adjust it as Peter said, and work with that. So budgeting is also very, very key to having a financial plan. So I think when you have the right mindset and then discipline, you have to discipline yourself.
gentle kiss.
You're doing this for your future.
future.
Yeah.
It's for you. It's not
it
for
is.
anyone else, you know. And we want to be all right later. We want to be stress-free and
Yeah.
debt-free as well.
Exactly.
So having the right mindset, discipline, and sticking to your budget,
Yeah.
it will get you where you need to
Yeah,
be.
too.
I love
agree.
it. Having the right mindset, discipline, sticking to your budget, your future self
Yes.
will thank you
Yes.
for what you're currently doing. Okay, I mean, we've had such a beautiful, fantastic conversation today, and I feel like I can keep you guys here forever, but I don't want some people to break my head. So if you have one word you want to tell our hustlers out there, let's have it, Joan.
Okay, so to my fellow hustlers out there, we work so hard. We work day and night trying to make ends meet. And it's very important that it doesn't go to waste. You know, so planning first is very important. Before the money even comes to you, you have to make a plan for it. Someone once said that any money you don't plan for, it gets wings and it flies away. So you have to ensure that you plan before you get the funds.
Yeah.
All right, thank you,
Amazing.
Peter.
Well, to me, I would just say, fellow hustlers, not be everything you buy. Only buy things that is necessary, right? Things that you need. Luxurious goods, you have to check, do I really need this item? So your friend is driving a car, the next question is, oh, you want to buy a car. But then ask yourself again to say, do you really need the car?
Can I even afford
Can you
it?
afford to maintain the car? So instead of buying the car, is there something else you can use that same money to do that might probably generate another source of income for you, right? So spend wisely, all right? Not everything that you see that you buy. Buy things that are only necessary for your survival, at least at the time, based on your capacity. So this will just be my one word, really.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Joan Babatunde. Thank you for
you.
gracing our podcast today. Fellow hustlers, you have heard it. I know it seems like the future is bleak, but trust me, with patience and determination, it's definitely going to pay off. And the sky is not just going to be your limit, it's going to be the starting point. So today, invest so that your future self will thank you tomorrow. This podcast is an initiative of Stanbic IBTC. Give it up for us, please. My name is Taiwo Dehinde Adedeji. You can call me TDA.
Thank you for listening to the Blue Talks conversation. We hope today's session has empowered you. Remember, true financial success isn't built overnight, but with the right knowledge and strategies, you can create lasting wealth. So stay curious, stay committed, and keep making smart money moves. Until then, keep growing, keep learning, and keep thriving. To learn more about our products and services, call us on 0700-909-9099 or send an email to customercarenigeria@stanbicibtc.com.